Welcome to the appendix, where we read the primary sources of the past so the present can be better understood. Today's primary source, Land Act of 1800, May 10th, 1800. Sales under the Land Act of 1796 were disappointingly slow. In order to attract settlers and dispose of the public domain, the government provided for land purchases on credit. The result was somewhat unfortunate. The credit system encouraged speculation and made collections difficult. It was discontinued by the Land Act of 1820. An act to amend the act entitled An Act for Providing for the Sale of the Lands of the United States in the Territories northwest of the Ohio and above the mouth of the Kentucky River. Section 1. Be it enacted that for the disposal of the lands of the United States directed to be sold by the act entitled An Act Providing for the Sale of the Lands of the United States in the Territory northwest of the Ohio and above the mouth of Kentucky River, there shall be 4 land offices established in the said territory, one at Cincinnati, and one at Chillicothe, one at Marietta, and one at Steubenville. Each of the said offices shall be under the direction of an officer, who shall be appointed by the President of the United States, by and with the advice of consent of the Senate. Section 3. That the Surveyor General shall cause the townships west of the Muskingum, which, by the above-mentioned act, are directed to be sold in quarter townships, to be subdivided into half-sections of 320 acres each. Section 4. That the lands thus subdivided shall be offered for sale in sections and half-sections subdivided as before directed at the following places and times. All lands remaining unsold at the closing of either of the public sales may be disposed of at private sale by the registers of these respective land offices in the manner hereinafter prescribed. Section 5. That no lands shall be sold by virtue of this act at either public or private sale for less than $2 per acre, and payment may be made for the same by all purchasers, either in specie or in evidence of the public debt of the United States, and shall be made in the following manner, and under the following conditions, to wit: 1. At the time of purchase, every purchaser shall, exclusively of the fees hereafter mentioned, pay $6 for every section, and $3 for every half section. He may have purchased for surveying expenses, and deposit 1/20th part of the amount of purchase money, to be forfeited, if within 40 days 1/4 part of the purchase money, including the said 20th part, is not paid. 2. 1/4 part of the purchase money shall be paid within 40 days after the day of sale as aforesaid. Another 4th part shall be paid within 2 years, another 4th part within 3 years, and another 4th part within 4 years after the day of sale. 3. Interest, at the rate of 6% a year from the day of sale, shall be charged upon each of the 3 last payments. 4. A discount at the rate of 8% a year shall be allowed on any of the 3 last payments, which shall be paid before the same shall become due. 5. If the first payment of 1/4 part of the purchase money should not be made within 40 days after the sale, the deposit payment and fees paid and made by the purchaser shall be forfeited, and the lands shall be disposed of at private sale on the same terms and conditions, and in the same manner as the other lands directed by this act to be disposed of at private sale, provided that the lands which shall have been sold at public sale, and which shall, on account of such failure of payment, revert to the United States, shall not be sold at private sale for a price less than the price that shall have been offered for the same at public sale. Section 16. That each person who, before the passing of this act, shall have erected a grist mill or sawmill upon any of the lands herein directed to be sold, shall be entitled to the preemption of this section at the rate of $2 per acre. Thank you for joining us for our primary source today on the appendix. We'll see you in the stacks.